What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego back with some more boxing. Now, I really don't know why some of you guys do this to me. You put me in the hot seat and you leave comments asking for my opinion. Now, I gotta be real with you guys. I'm an honest person, sometimes to a fault. I'm brutally honest, and that's what it is with this. A lot of people think I bash Amir Khan. This video is going to bring up Amir Khan. So hover over the dislike buttons, like I said before, if you're gonna be anti anything that I guess downplays Amir Khan. But listen, I don't have a problem with Amir Khan. He's an entertaining fighter. I watch his fights. I just don't necessarily rate him as high as some of the other people do. I don't think he should be fighting Mayweather. And now people are asking me to comment on the recent news. So for those of you who aren't in the loop, Floyd Mayweather and Amir Khan is a potential deal. Mayweather hasn't announced who he's going to fight, so everyone's in limbo. No one fucking knows. Amir Khan has decided to put quote unquote pressure on Mayweather, and he signed his contract and he went to the press, he went to the public to let it be known that his aspect of the contract has been signed. We don't know if Mayweather's going to pick Khan, if he's going to pick Maidana or some mysterious rabbit out of a hat, and he's going to pick someone that we didn't even think of, like a Keith Thurman or a Pacquiao, some kind of way that deal's going to be made. So Mayweather's his own boss. Him and Al Heyman get together, and Golden Boy, who the fuck knows who he's going to pick? Mayweather's been known to kind of toy with the media. So Khan has put it out there that he signed his contract, and honestly, my interpretation of what's happening, I think Mayweather was going to fight Khan. Because if you remember, if you've been watching boxing for some time, when he was in jail, I think there was an interview with Floyd Sr. or Roger, and they had visited Mayweather in jail, and this was before, possibly before the Danny Garcia upset. They were talking about making a Mayweather fight. Khan was like, "Who I'll fight at 140, and then I'll move to 147," and he was like saying after the Danny Garcia fight, he was going to beat Danny Garcia. Remember, watch ES News. Go back, jog your memory. And Khan was talking big shit about beating Danny Garcia. He was like, "After I knock out your son, will I still be overrated?" And he didn't do it. He didn't make good with his promise. But during that whole promotional vehicle, Angel Garcia was in Amir Khan's face saying he was a bum, yada, yada, yada. Khan was supposed to move up to 147 and fight Mayweather. And from what I heard, I remember, I don't know if it was an article or an interview, I remember Roger or Floyd Sr. or someone close to Floyd visited him in jail, and Mayweather said he's down to fight Khan, or that's the fight that could be made, something along those lines. So realistically, this is a fight that's been brewing for years. Even before Timothy Bradley fought Manny Pacquiao, Amir Khan had his sights set on Mayweather. He was moving through the division, beating guys like Zab Judah. He beat Maidana and other guys. And the fight to me then made more sense because it was hotter, and this was before Amir Khan had quote unquote been exposed or taken back to back losses and switched trainers and all that. So to me, I think the Amir Khan fight, they've always wanted to go that route, and it's a good fight in terms of it could be a different style matchup to see what Amir Khan's speed does for Mayweather. But I just think Amir Khan hasn't proven much in recent memory to get that mega payday. And there's other guys that were way more deserving. Keith Thurman, Timothy Bradley, who are constantly putting themselves in harm's way, fighting the fighters that others don't necessarily want to fight. Jesus Soto Caras, Ruslan Provodnikovs, and guys like that. And they're working and they're taking these tests even if they're expected to lose, and they're coming out victorious. They're both undefeated, and they provide stylistic matchup problems for Mayweather. So that's my stance on it. I have nothing against Amir Khan, but to me, I think the Amir Khan Mayweather fight has been something that's been looming, and they wanted to make the fight, but it just so happens Amir Khan, based on his recent performances, hasn't looked all that great, to the point where it was becoming more forced that the Mayweather fight, basically they didn't strike while the iron was hot. Amir Khan started to decline a bit in his performances, look more vulnerable in the Peterson fight, look more vulnerable in the Danny Garcia fight, in the Julio Diaz fight he got knocked down, and now they're trying to rush and make the fight. But I think they heard the outcry from the public before they announced it, and they heard the outcry about, oh, we don't want to see a Mayweather-Khan. No one's gonna buy it because everybody on my channel, for the most part, is in unison. They don't want to see the fight. They're saying I'll stream it. This is a bullshit fight. I've said it was a bullshit fight. There's plenty other big boxing channels that said they don't like the fight right now because Amir Khan doesn't deserve it, etc. So I think Mayweather, being a businessman, is realizing the backlash behind that, and now all of a sudden he's possibly thinking about other options, someone like a Marcos Maidana. So I think that's why we're waiting. I think that's probably why we're dealing with the waiting game, is because they were going to try to force the Mayweather-Khan upon us, and then the feedback was so poor from the first pulse from the boxing community, to the point where now they're looking at other aspects. Plus, Adrian Broner was supposed to quote unquote beat Marcos Maidana. He was the favorite. A lot of people didn't see him losing, especially in that fashion, to Marcos Maidana. So Maidana kind of played the spoiler in December, which is late, and it kind of threw a monkey wrench in it. Now a Mayweather-Khan fight looks even more suspect because you got guys like Marcos Maidana with a solid resume. He has wins over Victor Ortiz, now a win over Adrian Broner, and he has a win over Eric Morales, and other credible fights, even though he lost, like a Devin Alexander. Just a solid, tough guy. And now, if they force the Mayweather-Khan fight upon us, it looks even more horrendous because you got a guy with a belt, which Amir Khan doesn't have at 147 or at 140, and you got a guy with a belt like Maidana, and he just garnered a whole new fan base by beating Adrian Broner. He was the talk of the boxing community for days. So I think that's why we're waiting, because I think they decided to reevaluate it. Anyway, I have no problem with Khan, but Khan's getting a little ahead of himself. You're not going to put Mayweather in a position where you have the upper hand. Mayweather's been in the sport 17, 18 years, and Khan is not really in a position to call the shots. He can say whatever about Dubai and whatever fan base he feels he has, but Mayweather really ultimately calls the shots. And I think Khan is just funny because I've seen some interviews and he was like, oh, he's not going to let Mayweather dictate and control him and stuff like that. You're going to sign on the dotted line just like you did and send your contract, and you're going to hope he picks you. That's what you're going to do. And you don't have any pull. Like, how are you going to, you want the Mayweather fight. You need Mayweather more than he needs you in terms of the mega payday. Mayweather has proven time and time again, whether people like it or not, he can fight people that are quote unquote bums or people that others don't like or not even hit a mill in terms of pay-per-view revenue or whatever the situation is. He can fight Robert Guerrero and still make $34 million guaranteed. He could fight Canelo and make upwards of $80 to $100 million. So realistically, especially at this point, Amir Khan, for financial reasons, needs, I'm not saying he's broke, but he needs the mega fight with Mayweather more than Mayweather. Mayweather can fight whoever. He could fight the cast of Bad Girls Club or some shit and still make guaranteed money through Showtime. So it really doesn't matter. I think Khan needs him more than Mayweather needs him, because Mayweather can pick Keith Thurman. He can pick Marcos Maidana. He can really, he's at the top of the hill. Another thing that they said about Khan, which has to make me laugh, is Amir Khan, if Mayweather doesn't pick him and goes with someone else like Maidana or the wild card pick and fight someone else, Amir Khan saying he's going to target Pacquiao or possibly fight Pacquiao. What the fuck? He said, I'd fight Manny. Look, it's business. We are friends and respect each other, but I would definitely consider the fight, and I'm sure he would too. To bring it to Dubai, that would be huge. I'm ready for whatever. Have I ever turned down a fight? Never. I fight whoever is put in front of me. Once again, I don't see why Amir Khan thinks he has leverage or the upper hand. Pacquiao, to me, is still, knockout and all, a bigger star, a bigger international draw than Amir Khan. How the fuck is he going to dictate to Amir Khan or Mayweather any terms? How's he going to say, oh yeah, the fight should take place in Dubai? You might be able to do it to Devin Alexander, because some people said Devin Alexander has a boring style. He's from St. Louis, and he doesn't have the amount of supporters that people like Mayweather or Pacquiao has. But when you get to the international superstar caliber, the rock stars, the Canelos, the Miguel Cottos, the Floyd Mayweathers, the Pacquiaos, different ball game. These people have legions of fans and fans for the last decade or last some odd years. So I doubt the fight would happen, period, because one's with Golden Boy and one's with Top Rank. And even if it did, why the fuck would it take place in Dubai? And Pacquiao might even have tax issues there or whatever. I don't know. I just don't see how he can dictate any terms. That's the bottom line. Let alone beat Pacquiao. I could never picture Amir Khan beating Pacquiao. Pacquiao hits too hard. He has the speed. He has the angles. And I think Khan's chin is too shaky for that. And I don't see how some people want to like, oh, but he gave him fits in sparring. You're sparring with headgear. You're sparring sometimes with friends. Pacquiao has befriended Ray Beltran, and I've heard they had good fits. But in a real fight, I don't see Beltran beating Pacquiao. Beltran has had problems with other fighters like Bulgaray, so I don't see him beating a Pacquiao. And a lot of times you're on 60%, 70%. It just depends on the obviously the sparring session, but you're not necessarily in there to kill each other and take each other's head off. So to me, I just think Amir Khan's really ahead of himself. I know some of you guys are gonna hate me for it, but I don't give a fuck. Let me know what you guys think. Amir Khan versus Pacquiao, Amir Khan versus Mayweather. Do you want to see either of these fights? Does Amir Khan have a chance? He signed his contract. Let me know what you guys think about that. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.